Hello everyone. So now I am doing class for class 10. The topic is the same topic that we were doing in the last online class. So the topic is uniform rate of growth. So let us work out 6.2 exercise. This is exercise 6.2 and page number 119. Right? So this is of short answer type question. Right? So it carries 2 marks. So question number 1 is 17. Number 1 is, let us write the rate of compound interest per annum. That means you have to get the value for R. Let us write the rate of compound interest per annum. That is, you should get the value for R, so that the amount on rupees 400 for 2 years becomes rupees 441. That means this is the principal. This 400 principal becomes the amount is equal to rupees 441 in how many years? 2 years. So you have to find out the rate of compound interest per annum. So the solution is, so here R is equal to question mark. Rate of compound interest per annum is question mark. What is the principal out here? Principal is equal to rupees. This is your 400. What is the time? A is equal to 2 years, right? And what is the amount here? Amount is equal to rupees 441 rupees, right? So which formula is used in this case? Therefore, we know that, what is the formula? A is equal to P within bracket 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power N, right? So now let us put the value for A. This is the formula that we can use here, isn't it? Or what is the value for A? A is 441. A is 441 is equal to, what is principal here? It is 400. So write down 400 here. So within bracket, what do we get? What is 1 plus R upon 100? 1 plus R, we don't know, R upon 100 whole square. Is that clear? So, or now you should get the value for R. So you can take that 400, bring it on the left hand side, 400. 400, you bring it on the left hand side. So it goes to the denominator on the left hand side, isn't it? 441 divided by 400 is equal to 1 plus R upon 100 whole square. So which number whole square is 441? So you can find out the square root of 441. From the last number, that is 1, you have to take the term in pair. That is, the pair of 1 is 4 and 4 is alone out here. So it is 2 2s are 4, right? So this is 2 2s are 4 cross. Then 41, 2, you can add 2 here. 2 plus 2 is 4, right? Since this is 41, you can write a 1, 1. So 1 1s are 1, 1 1s are 1, 1 4s are 4, right? So 21, what is square root of 441? That is 21. That means 21 whole square is 441, okay? So you can write here, this is only the rough work, right? How to find out the square root of 441, right? So how will you write 441? That is 21. 400 is 20. That is 20. This is your whole square, right? So which is equal to 1 plus R upon 100. This is also whole square. Is that clear to all of you? That is 21 by 20 whole square is equal to 1 plus R upon 100 whole square. So you know that from laws of indices, you have done it in class 9. From laws of indices, if powers are equal, bases must be equal, or vice versa. If powers are equal, bases are also equal, or vice versa. If bases are equal, then powers must be equal. Okay, so this is the laws of indices. So in this case, if the powers are equal, bases must be equal. That means you can equate 21 by 20. 21 by 20 is equal to 1 plus R upon 100, right? So 21 by 20 is equal to 1 plus R upon 100, because from the laws of indices, if powers are equal, If these two powers are equal, bases must be equal, right? So now let us simplify it. So 1, take it to the left hand side. 21 by 20 minus 1 is equal to R upon 100, right? So what's the LCM? 20. So in the numerator it is 21 minus 20 is equal to R upon 100. So in the denominator from both the sides you can cancel the common terms. 21s are 20, 25s are 100. Or 21 minus 20 is 1, isn't it? 1 upon 1 is equal to R upon 5. That means if you cross multiply it, what do we get? R is equal to 5%. So this is the answer. So what is the rate of compound interest per annum? It is 5%. So write down the answer. Rate of compound interest per annum is equal to, how much is it? It is 5%. So the answer is rate of compound interest per annum is equal to 5%. So rate of compound interest per annum is equal to 5%. This is the answer. Okay. So I think you have understood it. You can copy it. We'll do the next question now. So now we'll do the next question, that is question number 2. 17, number 2 now. If a sum of money doubles itself, at compound interest in n years. Kuny euta sum of money cha, this sum of money is the principal. It doubles itself in how many years? In n years at a compound interest per annum. At a certain rate of compound interest per annum, a sum of money double itself in how many years? In n years, right? Let us write in how many years will it become 4 times. You have to find out the time in which it becomes, that is the sum of money becomes 4 times. In how many years will the sum of money becomes 4 times? You have to find out the year. Okay? So now let us assume the sum of money. Let the sum of money be rupees X, right? That is the principal is rupees X, right? So P is equal to rupees X. Now it doubles itself at a certain rate of compound interest per annum in how many years? N years. Okay? Let R is equal to R%. Let us assume R is equal to R%. In how many years? That is N is equal to N years. In N years. Okay? So what is the amount now? It doubles itself. The sum of money doubles itself. That means amount is equal to rupees 2x. That is amount is equal to rupees 2x. Is that clear? Now let us simplify it first. Let us use the formula. We know that so what is the formula that you can use here? That is A is equal to P within bracket 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power N. This is the formula, right? So what is the amount out here? It is 2x. Write down 2x. What is the principal here? It is x within bracket 1 plus. What is small r? It is capital R divided by 100 whole to the power n, right? So this is the formula that we have used, and we get 2x is equal to x into 1 plus r upon 100 whole to the power n. Okay, so you can cancel here, x gets cancels, or you can write 2 is equal to 1 plus r upon 100 whole to the power n. So let us mark it as number 1. So what is the value for 1 plus r upon 100 whole to the power n is equal to, that is 2, right? So now what is to be calculated? You have to find out in how many years will the sum of money be 4 times itself. Okay? In how many years will the sum of money be 4 times itself at the same rate of compound interest per annum, right? So now here also the principal is same. Let us assume P is equal to rupees X. Now amount will be 4 times the principal, that is rupees 4x, right? So let us assume, so here is small r, that is small r is equal to same rate of common interest per annum that we have assumed before. When the sum of money doubles self, at that time also the rate of common interest was capital R percent. We have assumed that one. This remains same, right? So now let n is equal to t years. Suppose after t years the sum of money will be 4 times itself. Is that clear? Now let us write down the formula again. We know that what is the formula again? A is equal to P within bracket 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power n. This is the formula, right? So this is the formula. So we have to use this value also, 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power n is equal to, in this case. Okay, let us simplify it first. Or what is A? 4x. 4x is equal to, this is your 4x, right? Next, this is 4x, right? 4x is equal to, what is P? P is x. P is x. And within bracket 1 plus, what is capital R? What is small r? Small r is capital R percent. Capital R upon 100 whole to the power what? Whole to the power. What is n here? It is t. So this is your t, right? So from both the sides you can cancel this x, you can cancel them, okay? Or how will you write this 4? 4 can be written as 2 whole square, which is equal to 1 plus capital R upon 100 whole to the power t. Is that clear to all of you? Now from 1 you can put the value for t, since it is written as 2 whole square, right? So we can put the value for 2. 2 is equal to what? 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power n. You can use this value, right? Or instead of 2, what do we write? 1 plus R upon 100. This is R upon 100, right? Whole to the power n. Again 2 is there in the power. You can multiply this 2, isn't it? So n into 2. So let us write this way. This is the value for only 2, right? What is the value for 2 from here? It is 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power n. So we have written instead of n, instead of 2, what do we write here? 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power n. Second bracket close, whole square, isn't it? It is whole square, right? So we have written here the value for 2 from 1, right? And right hand side it is kept as it is. It remains same, 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power t, right? Or 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power, this is 2n, is that clear? Is equal to 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power t. This is your t, right? So you know from laws of indices, if the bases are equal, powers must be equal, or if powers are equal, bases must be equal. So in this case, the bases are equal. So you can equate the powers. That means 2n is equal to 2, or what do we get? T is equal to 2n. So in how many years will the sum of money become 4 times? After 2n years. So write down the answer. Therefore, the sum of money becomes 4 times. Becomes 4 times after how many years? After 2n years. This is the answer. That is what is the answer here? The sum of money becomes 4 times After how many years? After 20 years. Is it clear? That is, the answer is the sum of money becomes 4 times after 20 years. So after how many years, or in how many years will the sum of money become 4 times? The sum of money becomes 4 times after how many years? 20 years. So this is the answer. So you can copy it. We'll do the next question. Now, we will do the next question, that is 17 number 3. So let us calculate the principal. You have to find out the principal that at the rate of 5% compound interest per annum, compound interest per annum becomes rupees 615 after 2 years. That is, this rupees 615. This rupees 615 will be the compound interest. Okay. Let us calculate the principal. You have to find out the principal that at the rate of 5% interest per annum, this compound interest becomes rupees 615 after 2 years. Okay. You have to calculate the principal such that at the rate of interest per annum, that is 5%, this compound interest will be rupees 615 after 2 years. Okay. So you have to find out the principal. And what is the rate of compound interest per annum? It is 5%. And this 615 is also the compound interest. Okay. The compound interest is 615. And how many years? After how many years? 2 years. Okay. So here you have to get the principal. P is equal to question mark. Right. Here, what is the compound interest? It is rupees 615. That is CI is equal to rupees 615. Okay. What is the rate of interest per annum? It is 5%. 5%. And after how many years? N is equal to 2 years. Is that clear? So in this case, you have to write down the formula for compound interest. Okay. So we know that CI is equal to P within second bracket. What is the formula? 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power N minus 1. Second bracket is closed. So outside second bracket there is P. So let us put the values now. So, or what is the compound interest here? 615. So it is 615 is equal to P principal. We don't know. You have to calculate the principal, right? So P within second bracket 1 plus, what is the value for 5? 5 divided by 100. This is whole square, I think. N is equal to 2, right? Yes, N is equal to 2. Then minus 1. Then minus 1. Second bracket is closed. Now we have to simplify it. Okay. So let us simplify it. How can we simplify it further? You can cancel 5 and 100. 5 ones are 5. 5 20s are 100, isn't it? 5 2s are 10, 0, right? Or 615 is equal to P within second bracket. How much is that? 1 upon 20 is here. 1 upon 20. 21s are 20 plus 1. 21 by 20 whole square minus 1. Second bracket is closed. Or 615 is equal to P within second bracket. What is 21 whole square? That is 21 is multiplied twice. 1 ones are 1, 1 twos are 2. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. 1, 4, 4. Right? This is 441. So this is 441 divided by, what is 20 whole square? 20 into 20. That is 2 twos are 4. How many zeros are there? 2 zeros. So you have to write 2 zeros after 4. That means it is 400. Then minus 1. Is that clear now? Now let us find out the value of P now. Let us simplify it once again. Therefore 615 is equal to P into within bracket. What's the LCM? It is 400. So below 1 there is 1. Now this LCM 400 is divided by 400. That is 1. Right? 1 into 441. it is 441 बिचमा माइनस साइन आयो so 1 ले 400 divided by 400 times so 400 ones are 400 right so or 615 is equal to P into so what is 441 minus 400 it is 41 divided by 400 right now we can do cross multiplication so below 615 that is in the denominator there is 1 okay so we have to cross multiply so P into 41 is equal to 615 multiplied by 400 is that clear now let us simplify it once again अझै हामी यसलाई फेरि सिम्प्लिफाई गर्दै लैजाउँ so or P is equal to now this is multiplication sign when this 41 goes to the right hand side you should write it in the denominator right that is the rule 615 into 400 divided by what it is 41 is that clear so 615 into 400 divided by 41 so I think you can cancel 615 and 41 let us divide it 615 so 41 ones are 41 isn't it 41 ones are 41 0 6 minus 4 is 2 5 so 5 ones are 5 5 fours are 20 so it is 15 times so 41 ones are 41 into 15 is 615 or P is equal to rupees what is the answer 15 zeros are 0 15 zeros are 0 15 fours are 60 that is what is the required principal it is rupees 6000 so let us calculate the principal we have determined it right so what is the required principal let us write down required principal so required principal what is the required principal is equal to this is rupees 6000 so the answer is that is required principal is equal to rupees 6000 is that understood so you can copy it we'll do the next question now so now we will do question number 17 number 4 the question is the price of a machine depreciates at the rate of R% per annum so in this case the price of the machine is depreciating at the rate of R% per annum that is it is depreciating at the rate of R% every year that is I told you that with the constant use of machine the value or the price of a machine depreciates or decreases depreciate भनेको घट्नु decreases the decreases at the rate of R% every year okay so let us find out the price of the machine that was n years before you have to find out the price of the machine that was n years before if the price of the machine at present is rupees V okay if the price of the machine at present is rupees V you have to find out the price of that machine n years before if the rate of decrease of the price if the rate of decrease of the price of the machine is R% every year okay so you have to find out the price of the machine that was n years before if the present price of the machine is rupees V is that clear so now you have to find out the price of the machine that was n years before okay that means you should calculate the value for V0 that is the initial value that means you have to find out the price that was n years before n वर्ष अगाडिको निकाल्नु पर्यो भनेपछि हामीले इनिशियल भ्यालु निकाल्नु पर्यो V0 is equal to question mark is that clear so now in this case what is the final value of the price what is the price of the machine at present it is rupees V V is equal to rupees V right so what is the rate of decrease in the price of the machine it is R percent per annum. That means R percent every year. That is R is equal to R percent is given. So you have to calculate the price of the machine that was n years before. N वर्ष अगाडि चाहिँ त्यसको प्राइस कति थियो त्यो निकाल्नु पर्यो. So n is equal to n years. So in this case the price of the machine is decreasing. That means you have to write down minus sign. You know that, isn't it? So write down the formula. We know that V is equal to V0 within bracket 1 minus R upon 100 whole to the power n. Right? So here final value is given. That is after n years it was V. It was V only. V is equal to, we don't know the value for V0. Let us write it as X. Okay? Let the price of the machine before n years be what? It is X. Let the price of the machine before n years be what? X, rupees X. Okay? So let us write here X within bracket 1 minus, here R is R only. You can write R divided by 100 whole to the power n is also n. Right? That means you have to find out the value for X. So or, now let us take that expression. This is X into 1 minus R upon 100 whole to the power n to the left hand side. So when this 1 minus R upon 100 whole to the power n goes to the left hand side, you should write it in the denominator because it is X multiplication sign is there. Okay? So it is V upon 1 minus R upon 100 whole to the power n is equal to X. Is that clear? So let us simplify it now. So therefore X is equal to what? V into within bracket. You can take this denominator, you can take this term which is in the denominator to the numerator. Okay? You denominator को term लाई चाहिँ तिमीले numerator मा राख्न सक्छौ. So when it goes to the denominator, it becomes whole to the power minus n. Like if you have 1 upon x, if x goes to the numerator, it becomes x to the power minus 1. That is, power becomes negative. 1 upon x is equal to x to the power minus 1. That means power becomes negative. In this case also, when this denominator goes to the numerator, it becomes 1 minus r upon 100 whole to the power minus n. 1 minus r upon 100 whole to the power minus n. So when this denominator goes up in the numerator, it becomes minus n. The power becomes minus n. So here I'll give an example there. 1 upon x x minus x to the power minus 1. Power becomes negative. Here also, when this denominator goes up in the numerator, it becomes, the power becomes minus n. Right? So you have to write down the answer. So this is your answer. Therefore, the price of the machine, you have to find the price of the machine that was n years before. The price of the machine that was n years before. The price of the machine that was n years before is equal to rupees. How much is it? It is V within bracket 1 minus R upon 100 whole to the power minus n. So this is your answer. So what is the price of the machine that was n years before? The answer is, the price of the machine that was n years before is equal to rupees V into 1 minus R upon 100 whole to the power minus n. So that is your answer. Is that clear? So you can copy it. We'll do the next question now. So now we are doing the next question, that is 17 number 5. The question is, if the rate of increase in population is R% per year, the population after n years is P. If the rate of increase in population is R% per year, then the population after n years is P. Okay? if the rate of increase in population is R% every year, then the number of population is P. That is after n years. So after n years the population is P. The population is P, right? So let us find out the population that was n years before. So what was the number of population that was n years before? So what is given here is if the rate of increase in population is R% every year, then the population after n years is P. So you have to find out the number of population that was n years before. Okay? So here, what is the rate of increase in population per year? It is R%. Okay? That is R is equal to R%. So in that case, what will be the number of population after n years? It is P. Okay? That is the population after n years is P. That means it is the final value. Final value. That is after n years it is P. That is final value. V is equal to P. Right? So after n years, time is given as n years. So n is equal to n years. Right? So let us find the population that was n years before. The n वर्ष अगाडि त्यहाँ population. So now here you have to find out the population that was n years before. Okay? So here n is equal to n years is given. You have to find out the population that was n years before. The n years before भनेपछि हामीले के निकाल्नु पर्छ? Initial value. You have to find out the population that was n years before. n वर्ष अगाडि चाहिँ त्यहाँ population कति थियो त्यो निकाल्नु पर्छ. That means you have to get the initial value, starting value, right? That means V0 is equal to question mark. Let us assume it as X. Suppose the population that was n years before was X. Okay? So in this case, we have to use the formula again. But in this case, you should write down plus sign because the rate of increase in population is R% every year. That is, the rate of increase of population per year is R%. The increasing भनेपछि हामीले plus use गर्नुपर्छ, decreasing भनेपछि हामीले के use गर्नुपर्छ? Minus sign. Is that clear? So we know that what is the formula that you can use here? V is equal to V0 within bracket 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power n. So this is plus sign, right? Or what is the value for V here? V is P. V0 we have assumed it as X. That is the population that was n years before is X, right? So within bracket 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power n, right? Now you should get the value for X. That means this expression 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power n should be taken to the left hand side. Since this is X into, so 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power n, when it goes to the left hand side, it should be written in the denominator, right? Or P upon 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power n is equal to X, right? Now let us simplify it further. Now when this denominator goes up in the numerator, it becomes whole to the power minus n. Like if you have 1 upon x to the power n. So when this x to the power n goes up in the numerator, it becomes x to the power minus n. That means you should write minus sign in the power when it goes to the numerator. Okay? So now in this case also P into 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power n, when it goes to the numerator, it becomes whole to the power minus n is equal to x, right? So अब लेफ्ट साइड को हामी यो राइट साइड को हामी केमा लेख्छौं? लेफ्ट साइडमा x is equal to, अनि यो लेफ्ट साइड को हामी केमा लेख्छौं? राइट साइड को। लेफ्ट साइड को यो राइट साइड को हामी लेफ्ट साइडमा लेख्छौं, यो लेफ्ट साइड को हामी कता लेख्छौं? राइट साइडमा लेख्छौं। सबैले हामीले साइड चेन्ज गर्दैछौं भने you don't have to change the sign. Okay? That is x is equal to P into 1 plus R upon 100 whole to the power minus n. That is the value for x. What was x actually? The population that was n years before. So this is the answer. So what is the number of population that was n years before? It is p into 1 plus r upon 100 whole to the power minus n. Therefore, the population that was n years before, is equal to, what is the answer? P into 1 plus r upon 100 whole to the power minus n. So this is the answer. So in this case, you have to find out the population that was n years before. So what is the answer? The population that was n years before is equal to p into 1 plus r upon 100 whole to the power minus n. So this is the final answer. So I think you have understood it. So your homework is the revision. You have to revise all the problems that we have done today. Okay? So this much is for today. Thank you.